What's up, everybody? I have something very important to talk about, and it's sports. And I know I'm going to get flack for it. You know, sports in our society seems to be a really big issue, and people love it. You know, people love that competition. It's just another minor degree of division, one we enjoy. I like this team. I like this team. Really, they're just all people. But I've always disliked sports. And it's not that I dislike the game itself. I enjoy watching a basketball game now and again. It can be intense. It can be fun. And I enjoy playing sports. But what it stands for as an industry is garbage. And the players get paid way too much. I don't give a goddamn if you break your leg or if you're putting your body at risk. There's no reason a person should get paid millions of dollars a year. And that's just in our country, in our own little space. Now, we have football in our country and basketball as our major sports. And I'm going to say that what happened in Brazil, and I don't know if you folks have heard about this, but I am really proud of our folks, our neighbors to the south. I mean, what happened over there is they are holding the World Cup next year, the FIFA World Cup, Soccer World Cup. And I hate soccer. I just can't stand it. It's not the sport I don't like. It's what it stands for, just like everything else. And so they decided to spend billions of dollars of Brazil's money to build this thing. And according to what the news report was that it cost 3 times more to build this stadium. Or I should say, it cost this game cost as much as the last 3 World Cups combined. And Brazil is footing the bill. So what did they do? They've cut services, they've raised the bus fare, and they've been cutting all types of utilities. And not only that, and this is to help pay for this, and not only that, but they're getting ready to bulldoze. I think they said something like 150,000 people are going to lose their homes because they're just going to bulldoze to build quick condos to house people while they're here. And it's like the locals are pissed. So they're protesting. And this is Brazil, you know, a place that we think of as they love their soccer. Well, they're not dumb. They know what's important. And they're standing up for their rights. And as soon as they started building this thing, there's over 200,000 protesters marching, breaking shit, causing, speaking their minds and really getting deep because they don't want their money to be spent on this shit. And that's just not the cost of just building the thing, but then you have to maintain it. And not only that, they're building this thing without services, without utilities. They build these things and they just sit there afterwards. They're useless. And this isn't going to be a functioning giant stadium where they're going to hold games all the time. And even if it was, how are they going to fund all this? And Brazil's broke, and so the people are angry, and so they're making it known that they're angry, and I am proud of them for doing so, because that takes a lot to stand up against your national sport out of knowledge that money's coming out of their bus fare went from like 1.5 to 1.6, whatever, I don't know what they use down there, pesos or whatever, but that's a huge change for somebody who's broke, even a whatever is 4% increase or a 7% increase or something. It's just that's a lot, and it's fucked up. I mean, the people are suffering down there, and they're mad. So now let's turn it to home for a minute. The mayor of Chicago was trying to get the taxpayers to foot the bill for building another stadium there, and there's another one going in somewhere in Louisiana, I think, or I can't remember which state it was. But in places where they're totally broke, and they're expecting taxpayers to pay for fucking stadiums for sports games. And to me, it's as sickening as golf courses. And golf courses are just disgusting to me. And I know people like golf, and that's fine. Golf's an old sport, if you call it that, I guess. But it's not. It's the amount of wasted space that makes me sick. They keep the water, they have to use tons of water to water these shitty lawns to keep them all perfect so people can hit their fucking balls into a hole. I could find a million things more productive to do than play golf. Now, I should say, interesting sports or things to play that aren't so detrimental to the fucking city. And I know I am emotional about this because it pisses me off. And so, yeah, I feel like as a citizen of this country or of the world, I should have the right to be part of determining whether or not these things are built if they're coming out of our pockets. I don't watch sports. Why should my money go to pay for sports? And people use the same one as, well, I don't drive on the roads. Why should my money go to pay for roads? Well, that's just the way it is. We have to pay for other people's hobbies and other people's fun. And I don't think it's right. I don't think that, and you know what the problem is that in the last World Cup, the one they had in South Africa, they only recouped 10% of the money spent. I mean, they have to completely, they build cities for these events. They're huge. And they tear up entire neighborhoods and dig trenches and build all these crazy reinforced, steel beams and shit to keep people out and to keep terrorists down. Then they have to fund all the people and all the police and all the military who, to defend the stuff and protect it and security. And it costs billions and billions of dollars. And I don't know. I don't understand. But who makes these decisions except for FIFA? Who holds the cup? FIFA is the one who takes home the money. It's the company. And this is why I hate sports. It's because it's not even about the players making the money, and it's not even about the people that have to spend the money to see the game. It's about the people in charge who are doing it as a racket to make cash. And it's capitalism. That's just how it is. But you're capitalizing off of, someone's enjoyment. That's fine, because, if you're providing a service, something that people enjoy watching, there's nothing wrong with that. But tax money should never go to pay for that stuff. Ever. It's like the Colosseum, or like, when they used to have the gladiators, and they'd go out and they'd fight. That was the sport back then. They built these huge Colosseums so they could have people fight to the death out there. And when I think of sports today, I just see it as a less bloody version of the same thing. Competition, competition to see who's better, who's better at this. And you don't have to get down on me if you like sports, because I still enjoy watching competition. It's in our nature. But it's gone too far. And it needs to stop. We need to stop the shit before it gets too far out of hand. It looks like Brazil's stepping up to the plate and doing something about it. So maybe the U.S. will get our shit together and follow suit. So we'll see.